Hey guys, Insight here, and today I'm going to be talking about Ike's up B and an issue that I've seen a lot of Ikes have with it, where it seems inconsistent, where all the hits won't connect. So basically, people will hit the initial slash, but then the rest of the hits won't connect, kind of like this. And even if they hold backwards after, it still won't connect. So this is not like a glitch. This is like a this is caused by not quite executing Ike's upbeat correctly. Try and give a quick explanation. You can ask in like Eggcode or something if you need a more detailed explanation. Someone should be able to explain it there. So what I found out on my own is that, what I already knew is that during Ike's upbeat at the beginning, he's able to move a little bit. So he can move backwards about like 2 training mode squares, and this is just not a B reverse. This is just holding back after the B reverse window, but before the second window where he's falling. And he can also do that forward. And so if I up B and hold forward, then now he reaches Mewtwo. He can go about 3 squares that way. And I can do that without pressing forward on the second part as well. And Ike's up B will connect as shown. So what's happening is that people will be holding shield and someone will cross them up, and then the opponent will be like right inside their shield, and then they'll up B and B reverse it. And because they're just holding in that direction, they are stepping towards the opponent while the opponent is already inside of them. And because of this, they're getting a really, really close hit of Ike's up B that then if the opponent DIs it in, they end up so far on the opposite side of Ike that Ike cannot that Ike cannot drift back enough to like keep connecting the hits. So the issue here is basically that you need to not be stepping towards a direction that you're B reversing. You just need to B reverse. So there's a couple ways to do this. One is you can just B reverse and just let go really quickly. So for B-verse, I think you just need to be holding the reversal option for frame 4. And then just let go so that you aren't stepping, or you can even, if you really want to make sure that it connects, let me show this in frame by frame, right? So here, if I'm holding forward, Ike is going to step a little bit, right? And that makes a little bit of a difference. But I can also do, excuse me for not having training mode, training mod pack rather. I can also do the B reverse and then hold the opposite way, and Ike will actually slide back a bit. And this will help like space the either hit so that I can then hold back as well to cover their DI in and connect all of the hits. And so like the difference in like where I land is going to be, there's going to be a big difference, right? Because it's not just that I, in this case, I move 3 squares. Yeah, you can see where Ike is standing. It's like 4.5 squares. So it's not just the squares that I didn't move. It's not just the squares that I didn't move forward, but also the squares that I moved back. That change in distance by not holding forward and holding the opposite direction just makes a huge difference in like trying to follow people's drift there. Now, obviously, they could also like DI some other way, and you kind of have to be able to, cover multiple DIs or react or adjust accordingly. But the big thing that you want to worry about here is that Ike's either is not usually that inconsistent going forward. It's more that they get behind Ike's either. Another way to do the B reverse here is, and this is the way that I do it, that I'm better, is you can get an instant B reverse by holding an angle about like 10 or 11 o'clock for the left. So basically just like the top right, but not, I don't do quite the top right because I don't want to get side beat on accident. So I do it like in between, what's an angle? Like in between the 45 and 90 degree angles. And if you do this angle, it'll actually be reversed at the beginning. And because of that, you can then hold the opposite direction. But if you do too early, you'll get what I just showed, which is you'll get a B reverse into another B reverse. And this looks really cool because you get to like see the sword, like, well, I think it looks cool because you get to see the sword swing like that, but you don't want that, so you need to make sure that you do not hold the opposite direction too early. So basically, if you want to be reverse, you just use the angle, wait a second, and then you can hold back. And if you do this out of shield instead of up Bing and then just holding in the direction that they are, your up Bs should be a lot more consistent and people shouldn't fall out of it quite as much. Now, it's still possible for people to fall out of Ether due to SDI, weird hurtbox properties, and other things. So this isn't going to fix all of them, but it is going to fix most of them. And I see that even like the quote unquote good Ikes, high level ones, are still making this mistake. So I wanted to just mention it so that hopefully people can fix it. If you want to practice this and you don't have training mod, there's a couple ways. Like I kind of showed this earlier, but I can just mimic the ether issue here. And this is just a Nair setup, but you can also use the footstool up B. So here's what I showed, where they drifted back and I covered it, just by making sure not to drift too much forward. I think that was it anyway. You can also use footstool up B. So here, footstool up B won't work because I didn't do the initial drift properly. So you need to make sure to time it correctly. And you see there, if I get that that double V reverse, that means I'm doing it wrong. If I get this where footstool up B doesn't work, this is because I held forward. This is I'm going past Mewtwo. I just need to tap the up B without any direction, and it'll work fine. In the same way, so when I do the B reverse, because I'm coming from the left side, I need to make sure to hold. I need to make sure to get the step to the right so that it connects. And now obviously this is still going to be the footstool up B in particular is going to be a little wonky because of DI. But this is just an important thing for at least trying to make your up Bs more consistent. This up B in particular with just no direction is really consistent on Mewtwo. On the front side, on the back side, not as consistent. So on the back side, it's either dependent on DI or I'm trying to hold back here and it's not working. So for footstool B in particular, you need to just be labbing the specific matchup to see how it works. But for up B out of shield, it's much more straightforward because you usually don't have as much weird hurtbox shenanigans. You're not trying to make them with the up B as you are with footstool up B. So that's about it for the video. A little bit long, but easier for me than trying to type all that out. Hope this helps someone, and thanks for watching.